The Provisional Government. The Provisional Government was a temporary government set up on the 2nd of March 1917 after the collapse of the Tsarist government, and was composed of 12 unelected members of the Duma. It lacked authority as it had dual control of the Petrograd Soviet, which was composed of socialist leaders who were elected by workers. The Provisional Government could only rule because it had Petrograd Soviet's approval. The Soviet was extremely powerful and led a network of Soviets around the country. They also passed Soviet Order No. 1, which placed the military under the Soviets' control, not the Provisional Government's. The Provisional Government faced many problems. World War I was unpopular as it was responsible for economic damage and labour shortages. Food shortages and unemployment increased discontent with the regime, and the dual power was a problem because the Provisional Government had no control over the armed forces, so could not go against the Petrograd Soviet. Kerensky was the Minister of Justice for the Provisional Government. He was also the Vice Chairman of the Petrograd Soviet, so was responsible for liaising between the two bodies, and became head of the Provisional Government in July 1917. Although he passed some reforms such as freedom of speech, press and assembly, he was unpopular because he supported World War I. His disastrous June offensive against the Germans killed around 400,000 men, and he later sacked General Kornilov, who was commander-in-chief of the army, which caused serious revolt. Kornilov ordered troops to shut down the Petrograd Soviet on the 24th of August, and so Kerensky freed Bolshevik prisoners in return for the Petrograd Soviet's defense of the city. Railway workers blocked Kornilov from entering the city, and the Bolsheviks arrested him. This increased support for the Bolsheviks and weakened the position of the Provisional Government.